Back on the 07 Trailblazer, finally. Been sitting in a lot for quite a while. Customer couldn't make their mind up. Done all the power steering hoses, a power steering cooler, which on this 07 Trailblazer, the hoses are a pain, I'll have to say. Rather interesting process. Well, we're getting ready to pull out the steering column to do the angle sensor that we're having an issue with. Thought I'd share, and then I'll show some data PIDs after replacement, see if I see any actual visible damage to the sensor. With where it's at now, I do not. I did monitor PIDs and scoped and seen a dropout. I believe the sensor itself is grounding our voltage, reference voltage. That was the only real area I seen a problem with the scope. And being I was turning the wheel and the wiring harness, I wiggled it, no change out of the harness, which would be this one here. I wiggled that harness and I did not see a change in my reference voltage, only as I turned the wheel. I suspect the sensor is damaged internally, shorting it to ground. So once I replace it, I'll go ahead and pull some data PIDs and do a monitor of it, and of course clear the codes and set the calibration on the sensor. I believe this one has a set that has to be done, a recalibration. We'll know after I get back into the test on the car. If I can't do it with Zeus, I'll break out Tech 2 or Tech 2 to win with MDI 2 and see if there's a calibration present there. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. When doing anything like this, messing with airbag, you need to make sure you follow procedures for disabling the airbag, so no damage is done to the vehicle or you. Well, it can certainly happen when it comes in an airbag. Sorry about the light, folks. I want to try to capture some of that, but keep that in mind. Anytime you mess with the airbag system, the airbag itself needs to be disabled. Prevent damage to the airbag system, damage to you. When doing anything like this, messing with the airbag, you need to make sure you follow procedures for disabling the airbag, so no damage is done to the vehicle or you. Well, it can certainly happen when it comes in an airbag. Sorry about the light, folks. I want to try to capture some of that, but keep that in mind. Anytime you mess with the airbag system, the airbag itself needs to be disabled. Prevent damage to the airbag system, damage to you. Don't want anything falling on the camera. While I was wiggling to get the shaft off, actually the phone, because I don't have a camera. Now for the 4 bolts that hold the column in place. The 2 back ones first. Morning.
How are you today?
All right. Let's pull that plastic. It's in the way of this one. I'll be able to get around it, but it's not allowing it to happen. Alright, let's pop it off there. There we go. Me, I try to remove as little as possible. Make it easier to put back together. I'm getting old. Old brain don't got the memory it used to. A Denmark relationship. Oh well, I believe it might actually be cogs, so you can't move it, but just be on the safe side. And we're just going to loosen the last one, get everything out of the way, drop it down the rest of the way by hand. So we don't destroy the camera. As you can see, the sensor is mounted in with 2 bolts, and you can not be, it's got a cog and a slot, so I believe you can be 180 out. I don't think there's a slot in the lower shaft. I see a cut there, but I don't think it's present in the lower shaft. It'd be nice if it was, so you can't even get 180 out. But we gotta remove those. There it is right there. Installation procedure. It's an anti-rotation pin, so there's nothing to be concerned about. It has to be removed. I thought it may actually have been a grounding component, but it's not. It's just for an installation stop the wheel from turning. Don't think it would hold very much, to be honest, but it's there. I was wondering about it. But that's what it is. Remove steering wheel position sensor, anti-rotation pin from sensor. That's all that was. But I figured I'd look into it. Always get back to your service info. And here's your anti-rotation pin in action. Basically stops the wheel because it's got it locked in place. Once you remove it, that little pin, make sure I get it in the photo. Little pin inside actually prevents it from rotating. That way when you're doing installation, it makes it a little easier on you. When I first seen it, another one was missing. And I thought maybe I had a component missing, but it's not. It just locks the wheel and prevents rotation. That's basically what it does. Give you an idea. That little pin. I've seen it. I've seen other components in steering systems where at ground they use a spring. And that was my first assumption when I glanced at it. That maybe I was missing a component to that steering sensor, but I wasn't. I didn't see any visible damage on the sensor itself. Looks worn, of course, old vehicle, but internally damaged. Let's look inside. There's only 5 volts being pulled down the ground, so I don't expect to see any burn marks from 5 volts or anything like that. Made in Japan. Anybody check my other one? Mitsubishi Mexico on it, Napa part. No, that was a GM part. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did get that part from GM. I forgot. We got AC Delco on that one. Dealer part. I don't think we're going to see anything telling us where AC Delco got up. Japan. There we go. I'm going to try to capture the install on the steering column. Hopefully I don't drop it down here and break the iPhone. Wouldn't be hard to do, trust me. Won't need even the socket. Will surely bust my screen. I've been trying to capture some of the action, being most of the time I'm just capturing a little test and telling about it. I don't have access to a tripod and all that for a camera. My old camcorder, I checked it out. It wasn't even worth using. The phone does a much better video. they come. Grab 2 bolts. There we go in. An easy test by any means. I don't recommend it to a customer. I'm telling me better off. Just let a professional handle it. Somebody that does it every day for a living. I don't know how many of these columns I've done some type of repair on the column. As you can see, the wheel still can't turn until I remove that sensor. That pin, anti-rotation pin. I'll get that right sooner or later. Now for torch back, it does have plastic box nuts, as you know, if you can see, but it does. Check torque. You know it will, guys. You know it will. And there is a pin in that shaft that stops it. I didn't think it was any much of one, but it's there. It is actually there. Now I'll get this back up. In position for the nut. There she is. Another locking nut, plastic locking nut. Are we in the right place? Yeah, close enough. But you gotta get some of that watch on that.
I hate to ask you a question while you're down there, but
Now we removed the pin. Let's start reassembling the electrical harness that we had to take apart to actually do this repair. We're in. Sorry about the glare, folks. We're almost at a point where we can hook scan tool up and start investigating pins. I mean, set PIDs, see what the signals look like. Verify we've fixed this problem. The code still should be standing. I had the battery disconnected while I was doing this and airbag, but I expect there should be a code still hanging, waiting to be cleared. Well, we're going to connect to Zeus and see if Zeus actually has any functionality for calibrating this sensor. Not sure if one is actually necessary yet. I'm going to check Zeus and check info, and if it is, I'll pull out the Tech 2. I'll check ABS. Well, there's a reset to see if it's actually in resets and relearns. Form wheel alignment, I believe that's us. Wheel adjuster bolt. I believe Zeus may actually have it. Yaw rate sensor calibration, I believe that's us. Let's check this bulletin real quick. One of the nice little things Zeus gives us, and they're presenting it in much better locations. And this is a real good one here. I had started this test and it threw the technical bulletin at me, which is real good. The purpose of this bulletin is to provide retail, wholesale, and fleet personnel with General Motors recommendations for customer concerns related to wheel alignment. For your convenience, this bulletin update centralized of all GM standard wheel alignment procedures and bulletin on wheel alignment warranty service. So it's real good. Zeus, some of these technical bulletins, Snap-on was added, and now they're putting them in great locations. This one here, I wanted to get ready to start this process, and they tossed the technical bulletin for me to take a look at. And I had to look at this, unfortunately. It has nothing to do with my sensor, but I'm not going to complain. They are really attempting to make this feature on Zeus real good. I gotta give them that much. And in some cases they toss it in the wrong area. That's okay. I see the reason it was done. They thought it was, substantial being into alignment, and we're aligning the yaw rate sensor. But it has nothing to do with what I'm actually servicing. But that's cool. I still like their ideals. They're attempting to make this feature as good as it can be. Simple enough. Zero's been done. Now let's go back and check codes and clear codes. We'll do a complete code scan, pre-scan. There's our fault that existed before, CO55. You can see it stores a history code. We have no current codes. We'll clear the code and rescan. We'll exit. Clear all codes by scan. It was only code present. And we'll start the vehicle and monitor the data codes. Do a code scan again. Post scan. Should be no codes in any of the modules. Anti-lock brake 0. Make sure we don't have any codes in modules that I did not do any service to once it finishes the scan. (16, 17 modules noticed. No codes in none of them. Alright, now we're going to go into anti-lock brake. I believe we see the data there, traction VS data. I believe that's where it's at. We'll take a peek. Lateral sensor voltage, analog sensor voltage, steering wheel position 0. So we're looking good. I want to see position. Now the analog was the one that acted goofy up now. I believe it was percentage. Yeah, it was percentage position that went crazy. So we'll monitor these. Stable signal, no change, back to 0, no issues, flashing voltage. Shame that it was a reference voltage, but I did not see it. That is where I was actually having system voltage, all rate sensor, and that's where I was having my issue. I'm going to pull this off in here. Full time, nice and stable, no change. Facing the other way, that's just me. Fighting the wheel with one hand. I'm saying complete change, no spikes, no signal loss, lateral acceleration. Not sure about that one. The two at the top is the one I'm concerned with. I was having an issue on the position sensor. Now we seem very stable. Complete rotation. We're going to take it back to 0. Let's see if it actually, that should be 0. Okay, there's 0. 0's out perfectly. The calibration looks good. Everything looks good. For that one. About how that makes the monitors, accelerated, position, analog signal, and those changes. I like to follow my center voltage to 2.5, 2.3, somewhere around there. And it's holding stable and it's not jumping all over the place. Low, low, okay, there. Seem to be functioning responsibly well. Two sensors there are responding real well now. Before we had a good signal on those, I didn't see a problem. As soon as you touch the wheel, they respond. Wasn't seeing the area I was seeing the problem was position sensor. They would drop out, lose calibration, not hold calibration, just lose.